Hi everyone, welcome to Pat Kapale. This is the video you guys have been dying to hear about. It's the story where I'm going to tell you how we got, or almost got, trapped in Pisa, Italy. So this was our 4th day on the cruise, I believe. We were kind of used to being on the boat. We slept in a lot, and this particular day we slept in and we didn't know if we were going to go out or not, but we eventually went out and we wanted to go to Pisa. Why? Because the Leaning Tower of Pisa. That was a 1-hour trip on the train, so we were like, God, we don't know if we want to go that far or be that far away from the ship just in case, but we took the chance and we rode the train all the way to Pisa. And when we got there, we had maybe a 15-minute walk to actually get to the circle or get to the place where the Leaning Tower of Pisa and the cathedrals are. It's actually not in the wide open. It's a gate sort of that you have to go through to get to the Leaning Tower and a bunch of other museums and cathedrals near it. But it was most definitely well kept. It had a lot of shoppers. In front of it had a McDonald's and a lot of other food, like little food shops. The one thing that's different about the McDonald's there though is that you have to pay to use the bathroom. So I don't know if this was just because it was a tourist site, so they would get a lot of money from paying to use the bathroom, or if it was something more different, like maybe paying for toilet paper. I have no idea, really have no idea, but all I know is that we had to pay to use the bathroom. The Leaning Tower of Pisa, it looked exactly like how it looks in the pictures. It's actually leaning. As you get closer, you see the lean a little bit better, and there are a lot of people, a lot of tourists. There's a gate blocking the big square of grass that the Leaning Tower of Pisa and the other cathedrals are on. People were just lining up on the gate, standing on it, sitting on it, and acting like, like my brother did it. I think they're like, Patrice, get on the gate, stand on the gate. I'm like, I'm not standing on the gate to take a picture. But we did eventually walk a little bit closer to it, and I took a picture of me behind it. I'll put it right here, or more like beside it. And that was pretty much the only picture I have of me by it. I took a few Polaroid pictures, but that was mainly what we saw in Pisa. We saw a cathedral that had tombs in it. That was pretty cool. I honestly don't remember how long we were in the square itself or in the spot that had the Leaning Tower of Pisa and all that stuff. But I do remember that it was a long time, and when we got back out, we realized it was too close to the time that the ship was going to take off. And guess what? The day that we were in Pisa, it had to be the day that people were striking. Taxi drivers were striking, so there were no type of taxis at all, no type of taxis by the Leaning Tower of Pisa. So all these tourists, they're basically, the way that they would get to the train station is basically by walking. So that's exactly what I had to do. It was my family, so that's about 5 people, and then my godbrother and his family, which is about, that's 4 people. So we had to all walk together, a 30-minute walk to the train station. And remember, we're Americans. We've never been here before. We do not know our way around here, so we just had to trust our phone. We didn't make it to the train station, I will tell you this. And we made it on the train. We were sitting on the train. I feel like somebody fell asleep on the train. So I just remember thinking, how you fall asleep on a train? Like, we're about to lose this shit. My heart was like, honestly, I didn't think we were about to make a bag. I thought we were going to have to buy some plane tickets to fly to the next place, which was Rome. Once we got off the train, we were running. We were literally running to get to the spot where they verify that you are one of the that you're supposed to be here, I guess, like that you have your passport and stuff. We were running through that train station. There was some woman with a crazy dog. I feel like the dog had a muzzle, but I really don't remember. It was like woof, woof, woof. Like, it was crazy, and it was, I think if I remember right, it was barking at my godfather, man. We were like, what's wrong with this dog? And he made it to a hot spot where there were a bunch of other taxis. There were a bunch of other families there waiting for the taxis. And these aren't regular taxis that you would see in New York, like the yellow ones. They're kind of van types. There were other families waiting, and we found a taxi. I believe there was one family who was about to take that taxi. We were like, no, we have to get on this ship. We're about to miss the ship. We ended up hopping in the car, and we were all squished up in the car because I think it was only honestly a 5-seater, but there were like 9 of us. There were too many of us up in that car, but we had to get back to the ship. And this part that made me so sad is that there was a mom and her little daughter that was probably 8 who was waiting on a cab just like us, and she was going to the ship just like us. And we begged the taxi driver. We were like, please, can you just let this woman and this and her child in? But he was like, no, we already have too many people. Like, it's against the law, blah, blah, blah. So we were like, okay. We closed the door. We said, sorry, man. We hope you make it to the ship. And we zoomed. Like, when I tell you we zoomed. We were zooming because we did not want to miss the shit. And how do you even book a flight? Like, I know websites, you can change the language, but that would have been hard to try to read Italian. I mean, what? Okay. So we made it to the ship just on time. It didn't go off till maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, most definitely less than 30 minutes after we got on the ship. The ship took off, and luckily I saw the lady and her little daughter on the ship a few hours after we got settled in. And I was so glad to see her. It's a crazy story. It's 100% true. I probably even left out some things on accident that even made it more dramatic. But that's what I remember. And I feel like this is a story I'm going to remember forever. Because who gets stuck in Pisa? I hope you enjoyed the story. And I have 2 more stories to tell you guys. The time we went to see Pompeii and the time we went to Rome. So stay tuned if you want to see what happened there.